Well, good afternoon, everybody, and good afternoon, everybody, and good afternoon, everybody, and good afternoon, everybody. Send it back. We did not want that. That's not what we came here to do. We came here to be playing in a modern league. Um, so let's get this started. Once we start getting a couple people in here, we could talk about the deck. We could talk about a couple changes that I made. But I suppose we can start now. So let's go over what we have, what we're playing, what we're not playing, and then why I think it's a decent choice. Um, so changes from last time, we cut the scavenging uses. I think they were fine. I just wanted a bit more heavy duty graveyard interaction. And Grafdigger's Cage didn't quite make the cut, so we're gonna try to go for something that also hits the big mana decks as well. So we have one Fry that came in for the two Grafdigger's Cage, or the one Grafdigger's Cage. Jeez, it's holy tamale. I need to start writing down notes or something. We're still rocking the Damping Spheres because I don't like losing to Tron, but I think the matchup is fine. It really just depends on how much Tron you expect to be seeing, and online you find it probably once a league. And then so Ashiok, Subdue Tech, you get 4 activations. You can target yourself to mill 4, which is great because it helps you find your deprives, because if they're in your graveyard, you can put them back with Mystic Sanctuary. And that's kind of the entire plan of the deck. You're playing a low to the ground deck that is able to utilize Mystic Sanctuary. You'll notice that the land count is kind of low for a Mystic Sanctuary deck because you're trying to hit 4 lands. But Once Upon a Time artificially increases our land count to a little under 21. It's about like 20.8 or something around there. So it's a little on the lower side, but again, our deck, as you can see, our mana curve is very low, but that's also deceptive because Hex Drinker is a modal cost spell. Staffcaster Mage is very expensive, and we do not want to be casting Deprive early. So that's the deck. We're just going to jump right into some matches. And then we're going to see how we like the changes. It's possible that Fry's just not good enough. I've played it in the past. It costs a lot of mana for its effect, but it helps us against some of the creature decks, although I haven't seen too many humans or spirits players running around. But notably, it kills Urza and 3 mana Teferi, which are cards our deck struggles very much against. So let's try it. Okay, let us get rid of this. I think this hand's fine. It's definitely light on interaction, but we have lots of ways to dig for it. So it's better than keeping, not necessarily better, but it's reasonable because we're not keeping a hand that has only lightning bolts and then maybe getting matched up against control. Hopefully we're not playing against burn. Our hand doesn't line up very well against them. We're taking damage and we have a tap land in our hand. No bolt, and this isn't even a red source. So that would be awkward. But if we're against like a amulet deck or something, we can maybe squeeze out a victory by finding some deprives or something. Make sure that Discord is closed. Don't want to be getting a whole lot of alerts from there. And we'll see what our opponent's up to. Okay. Let's go to our main phase. And we're going to cast it once upon a time. We're just going to try to find a land. That's kind of awkward, so we're going to take a Snapcaster Mage. We're doing this now because I'd like to just jam this Delver on turn 1. For reasons almost not needing to be stated, it's our deck is just trying to be as proactive as possible game 1. And then we'll adapt the rest of our turns based off of whatever they're playing. Possibly a Death Shadow or Ursa variant. Do not know. Actually, who did they target? I would like to know. That looks like Death Shadow. That is a lot. That's a long game log. So they targeted themselves and then fetched. And then they're going to Thoughtseize me. Okay. Well, our hand's very good against Thoughtseize too, so I'm also glad we didn't mulligan. Probably taking Scour. But it's possible to take Snapcaster Mage. No, I'm sorry. They are taking Snapcaster Mage, but it is possible they're taking Scour. Sorry, I'm thinking about everything backwards right now. It's possible they don't take Snapcaster Mage because we don't have a whole lot of lands. But I think if we draw a single land off of these ops, then they would have wanted to take in Snapcaster. No reveal. Do we draw it though? I think the answer is probably no. I think I'd much rather just hit my land drops because we're not casting it this turn. Okay, we found another one. Okay, let's draw for turn. Okay. Let's set up for 1. Play a sad land and then we'll pass the turn. Yeah, so they're definitely on Shadow. If we weren't sure before, we are sure now what they are playing. Okay, so it looks like they're in Grixis and not Esper. Makes sense. Hopefully they don't go to like Shadow here. That'd be kind of awkward. Magic the Gathering. No. Okay, how do we get ourselves out of this? I don't think. I mean, Delver's not bad. That is a. I think we do take the Delver, as then we can play the Delver, and then we can opt. Just like try to find an anything for next turn. Okay, we need a lightning bolt. So the only reason we took the Steam Vents was because we needed a red source anyways. So, but if the top card's a lightning bolt, then we get to flip both of our Delvers, hit them. If we get to untap, because then we have Deprive to beat a removal spell. Although it's very likely we just lost this game. When they get to play 2 Death Shadows on turn 2, it's pretty hard to beat them. Also, our hand was definitely dirtily, to say the least. So yeah, we're going to try to find out which matchups we like Ashiok more than Skooz, which ones you like it less than Skooz. Here we definitely like it less than Skooz, but okay, well if they let us untap, they only have 1 removal spell and our top card is Lightning Bolt, we can actually win this game. Which is kind of crazy to think about. The issue is they also have 2 very scary attackers. Fatal Push, yeah, this is probably game. And another Fatal Push. Does our opponent just have it all? Fish. Okay, that means if Delver connects... Alright, he's not. Okay, so we can pass the turn, block Angler, opt, find a... What would we even find? So you can snap up now if we wanted to. Find a bolt. And then if they decide to fetch shock down to 6, we can kill them. Or we could also just play this Mandrills and then hold up Deprive and then try to trade with one of their shadows. That might be a better plan. Oops, we are during our upkeep. I'd like to see the top card of my deck. I mean, we already saw it from the... I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Okay. Let's pass the turn. We'll try to trade with one of the shadows, and then we'll try to kill them. If they go to fetch shock, then we get to flash and Snapcaster Mage as a chump blocker. And what is this? Dismember? We have to click their player icon again for Dismember, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Okay, well now we get to... Okay, how do we win from here? We actually win if we, no. Like, we counter this, and then we're forced to chump. Take 5. Yeah, we're dead. We had a chance. They just drew really well. So we got Veil of Summer for this matchup. We have Huntmaster to help us with blockers and whatnot. Ashiok seems interesting, but I don't think she makes the cut. And I don't think any of these cards make the cut either. So as far as what to cut, Spell Snare is just a little bit mediocre, too mediocre here. I think Spell Pierce is fine. Helps protect our cards. Snag is okay. Burst Lightning is very mediocre. Like, you can maybe help us finish them off, but generally, that's not a situation that we're looking to be in all that often. We want to have as few dead cards in the deck as possible. So let's run it back. Okay. So, Grixis Death Shadow. This matchup's very even. It's very dependent on like how each player draws. Like if he drew 1 or 2 less removal spells, we probably could have had that game. This end's very reasonable. I'll keep it. So we have a lot of solid top end. We can actually go taller than their deck because we have Hex Drinkers. Unfortunately, their 5/5s and whatnot line up very well against our 4/4. But what's she gonna do? We're probably supposed to just play this Hex Drinker here. And then next turn we can play Hex Drinker plus Delver. I don't think it's worth keeping up Veil of Summer, because they could just not lead with a Hand Disruption spell. And like, the tempo it buys us isn't everything. It's only okay. And then of course if they don't take it, then we get to hold on to it and protect our creatures, so it's definitely not the end of the world. They're gonna fetch shock down to 17 and Street Wraith themselves, most likely. Okay, well they don't have the Hand Disruption spell, so I'm expecting removal or something else. So let's go to combat. Hit him for 2. gonna go to 15. Play a Delver. And then now the question is, do we play a Hex Drinker? Or do we pass with Veil Up? I think the answer is probably play the Hex Drinker. Because veiling a removal spell is good, but if they have a removal spell, one of our creatures dies anyways, and they don't have the hand disruption, so veil's not super useful there. And then they could also just like soft stubborn denial it too. Yeah, it looks like they're just on the turbo angler plan. With that, we can just snag, and then we have Veil of Summer to protect our snag from a stubborn denial, and also we what is this? Fatal push, okay. Angler. This is definitely an angler, yeah. Okay, well let's hit him for 4. If we draw a land, we might want to level a Hex Drinker. It's definitely a consideration. But even then, I think we just hit him for 4 here. Plus the one off the snag. See what we have. Oh, Spell Pierce. I don't think we can hold it up, which is cool. So let's snag this guy. We're just gonna be on the beat down here. If they have a shadow, they have a shadow. Like that. That's just how it is. I think they also fetch for swamp. No, they just played this swamp. That makes more sense. Okay. So they have their angler in hand. They have 6 unknowns. Okay, shadow. Gotcha. It's a 5/5. So I can play or level a Hex Drinker once, or I can hold up Pierce plus Veil. I'll hold up Pierce plus Veil. Will I? That's fine. Yeah, I don't think I'm super interested in committing to anything at this moment. What I'd really like to do is find my lands, but we don't always get to make these choices. Okay, Mistress Bauble themselves. Yeah, like last game, we kind of got smacked around by our Once Upon a Time. It's like 87% to find us a land on turn 1. It didn't. So they might go aggressive here, which means that they have another creature. Okay, so they're running Drown in the Loch, which is interesting. So we'll just untap. Draw for our turn. We need to start hitting lands. If we don't hit a land here, we're in trouble. Okay, well, we're gonna need to start hitting lands. Any point now. They're gonna stubborn denial this. Oh my god, that's aggressive. Well, let's Veil of Summer. Then they dismember. Veil Push, sure. Okay, now we get to resolve this one too. What the fuck? So I think now we just go land pass. This Misty Rainforest, of course, representing a Mystic Sanctuary. So Spell Pierce to protect our Huntmaster. We get to play him next turn. And we're in a pretty reasonable spot at this point. They swing for 5. We'll take 5. They're probably just going to take the turn off to play Angler. Would be my guess. They might have Stubborn Denial back up, which is what they're representing if they hold up single blue. Sure. Okay, well, let's draw for turn. Okay, let's get our Sanctuary, and let's just play the Sunmaster. I think we'll just put the Vapor Snag back on top, because it's going to be very key in representing lethal. And let's get this guy out here. Stubborn Denial can't counter him. He's a creature. Oh, hello there, Mike Vaughn. We're playing my favorite Magic card right now. I'm assuming they have... Oh, they might have Push here, I guess. Yeah. I read Denial, but Push makes a bit of sense as well. I guess they were going to go Push and then try to kill us. As we're dead to, like, any fetch line. Assuming we didn't have the Huntmaster. Or no, we were just dead on board, right? Because we were at 9. Or 10, and then we fetched down to 9. EE40. Gotcha. Okay, well, we got rid of our wolf. I think we just take 10 here. Okay, so now we can play Mandrill's Delver and hold up Snag and Pierce. Seems fine. So let's go to combat. Hit him for 2. It's unlikely we can flip this Huntmaster, but try. We'll see if they have anything during their turn. Okay, Opt is really good for us, because this means that our Pierce is more likely to be live. This also means that we can kind of just throw spells during their turn. Okay. Delta's kind of annoying. Okay, well, let's block. Right. Cancel. Reset blocks. Block. Let's try to bounce their Death Shadow back down. Okay, they're probably not running any more basics, so I'm going to Spell Pierce this. It seems a little aggressive, because they could have a Temur Battle Rage here, and then we're dead. But otherwise, we can swing with Huntmaster, pass, and then kill them in their upkeep. So we'll see what happens. We could also draw a Lightning Bolt and kill them. Like, this Pierce is definitely a little aggressive, but I think it's put in, like, a reasonable enough spot where it allows us to win if it resolves. Because then we get to keep our Mandrills, and then they're practically dead. So I don't think they can afford to let the Pierce resolve. So I think they're interesting. So now we get to keep Mandrills. We lose Delver. Okay, they replay Shadow. Fine. Okay, well now we just pass. Okay, upkeep, trigger, 2, 2. Yeah. And we'll scour ourselves. We're gonna try to find a bolt and then kill them during their upkeep. It's not a bolt, but I'll take it. So now we get to buy ourselves another draw step. Okay, so we have to block both of these guys. Doesn't really matter which ones we block. And then we set it up so that Angler dies. Which isn't a huge point, but it does matter a little bit. So we have not seen a single lightning bolt this entire game. We do not care about Plague Engineer. If it's not a stubborn denial, we do not care about it. Probably gonna name Human. Which sucks if we draw a Snapcaster Mage as our top card, but it's fun. Like, Snapcaster Mage doesn't win us the game anyways. He just kind of like... And we draw Spell Pierce, sure. That was unfortunate. We had, probably, yikes. Dude, what's going on? Wait a second. Who shuffled this deck? Wait, are they all in a row? Okay, that's unfortunate. They were like 20 cards down, so... How many exactly? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 more cards down. But we had to go through pretty much our entire deck to find them, and we did not, so... It's just how it goes. Worth noting, Burst Lightning would not have killed him there, so... Because our deck does kill in increments of 3. Okay, try to. That was a very close match. Very, very close. I thought we had them there, but it's all good. Stop resizing my window. I'd like to play first. This hand looks fine. Again, can't really tell if it's a great hand or not. Really just depends on what we're playing against. But it's probably pretty insane. We're just gonna lead on Steam Vents, because it's the most neutral opening. And it's better if we're against something like Burn, because then we can fetch basic force. Looks like Red Prowess, probably. Yeah, Red Prowess is one of the only decks that plays Mountain into Burst Lightning. Okay. It's fine. If they want to trade 1-for-1 with us, then we are A-okay with that. I think we're just supposed to pass here, and then start depriving their cards. Not that one. Looks like they kept a sketchy hand. Okay, let's try to find another land. I think we'll just get a breeding pool. Yikes. We'll scour, try to find mandrills. Or a land. Land's good. Like basic island or a fetch. Super, super good here. Yeah, we'll still look for one. Probably have Steamkins or something stuck in their hand. Bolt is good. Bolt is pretty freaking good. We'll keep that. We'll pass. We can always reset the Sanctuary later with the Deprive anyways. Just gives us more mana to work with. I can't believe they have mismatched lands. This was their draw for turn. Which means they did have more land. So I guess they were just looking for a creature with the crash through, which means they did not have a Steamkin in their hand. That's my deduction. So this is the only creature they have in their hand. And they can only prowess it once, unless they have a gut shot or something. Which they also probably don't have, because they would have gut shot the Delver. So let's draw for our turn. So it's unlikely they have a gut shot. So we're going to bolt this Swift Spear now. And then if they have some magical way to save it, then that it does not include 2 prowess triggers, then we can deprive it. Okay, we get to pass. We get to hold up deprives. We're just going to bounce our Sanctuary. And then hopefully just find more lands. Sure. Counter this. Just keep all the creatures they have off the table. Or actually, how close are they to Bedlam Reveler? 1, 2, 3, 4. Not close enough. We can counter the Bedlam next turn. Bounce the Sanctuary. And then we'll either draw a land for turn, or we won't. We'll see. If we do, we're in really good shape. Bolt, again, just a great card here. We're going to pass. They can Reveler next turn, but it doesn't net them any cards, so it's... Or net positive. It doesn't net them cards, it's just net in the wrong direction. So we'll see. If they unload their hand with a ton of cheap cantrips, then that's cool. Okay. Well, we get to untap. I don't think I'm in the mood to just play a Snapcaster here. Actually, I think I am. I feel like this game isn't going to... Yeah, I'll... I think my resources matter a lot here, but I also want to kill them. They have a lot of inevitability on us. Sure. Okay, I guess Lavadot was a reason not to do that, but at least we have Snapcaster eat half a Lava Dart and not another creature. So they drew this Lava Dart recently too. Their hand must be very bad. There must be just a ton of cantrip stuff that they're not willing to spend now. Okay, well I'll Snapcaster Mage. And I'll cast Opt. Cast the Opt. Not in the mood. I have so many lands. Okay, let's get a Sanctuary. Let's target Deprive. And then... we'll just draw the Deprive. Could have held priority there, which would have been better. I tried to do that, but something that's a lot easier to vocalize and a lot harder to actually play out. So I think we got this game locked. We're gonna beat him down with our 2-1. Yeah, their hand was a bit worse than I anticipated, so we probably shouldn't have played that first Snapcaster. Now their hand's probably just a ton of bolts, and they're gonna try to... Okay, well, we will counter that. Do not like the sound of that one. Okay, now they're gonna Raveler. Another light up the stage. I think we're gonna deprive this one too. If they do have a Reveler, we can always snag it. Which is not great. But it's alright. Because it bounces it back, and then they have to discard the Reveler with the rest of their hand. Okay, God bless. Our opponent did not have it all. So the hand was not as bad as I anticipated. It was pretty good. It's just a ton of light at the stages. And they're gonna Lava Dart us. This is the one from Exile? Or from the graveyard? This is a different Lava Dart. So they have 2 Lava Darts in their graveyard? Okay. We can get another Steam Vents. So we can Bolt Snap, Bolt some fools. Sounds fun. I don't want to screw up these Sanctuary Shuffles. Oh, I guess we milled it. Yeah. Well, Breeding Pool is better than a Island here, I think. As we're just going to be playing Sanctuaries for the rest of the game. It's going to deprive. This is perfect timing because we've actually drew a threat that doesn't die to Lava Dart, and which means that we just get to play our deprives out. Now we get to play this Mantrals. We'll hold up Bolt and Snag. So we'll get rid of some lands. Don't need them, we're not playing Tarmogoyf. Pass the turn. We'll see what they have. Hopefully, they didn't have Reveler last turn, so they had 2 extra looks at it. We can snag in response to this Bolt. They have no cards in hand, and then we could just replay it. It sounds really good to me. Because otherwise, we can't snag in response to 1 dart, because then they'll just second dart it. Oops. So let's snag it. Then we go down to 8. But then we get to Sanctuary back our second deprive. And now we have them on the soft lock. We have 5 lands out, which means that we... Okay, draw. We get to put second deprive back on top of our deck. Second deprive back on top of our deck. It's good. We're gonna hold up. We'll just hold up deprive and bolt. I'm not sure what world we want both of them, but I don't want to get punished for not doing it because we can afford to do it. So we're just gonna do it. Pass the turn. Now we have 2 deprives and a Sanctuary, so this should be game. Okay, well, they're smart for not suiciding their spell into our deprives. And now we get to kill them. Oh, poor opponent. They tried. Okay, and they hit a land too. That's brutal. Spell Pierce. Yikes. Dude, we're getting into some weird games. These are a lot different from the games we played a couple weeks back. Spell Pierce felt really good in those. Spell Pierce has been feeling pretty good, but there's also games like this where a prowess opponent draws 7 lands, but I guess we also don't really need it as much then. Okay, what do they got? Do they have anything scary, menacing, or in the least way threatening? Oh. I'll Let's hit it for 4. Okay, they're dead next turn. I actually don't want to deprive this. Actually, I do, because they have lava darts. Yeah. It's pretty good. Hopefully they don't have too many relevant cards in their hand. That one doesn't count. Yeah, that was close. If we let this resolve, then we almost lose the game. So we'll just counter it. Just deprive, bounce this. It's close though. They actually almost had lethal on us there. Or they did have lethal, but we had the 2 deprives. Because they had lava darts as well. So we'll bolt them. And that should be game. Sweet. Staticaster doesn't really pull that much weight here. Think Abraid's pretty good because they're so creature focused. I think Snag is very mediocre here. I think Huntmaster's fine. That's really it, honestly. Hexdrinker's pretty medium. He's kind of hard to get going, but once he does get going, he's pretty good, so it's fine to keep. Spellsnar's okay. Tags Manamorphose and Steamkin, which we're not sure if they're playing, but if they aren't playing Steamkin, Snare seems a lot worse. Deprive is fine in this matchup. It looked really, really impressive in that last game, but there's also a lot of games where it just is very slow or clunky, so we'll keep it in for testing purposes. Maybe trim 1? And then we don't want to be cantripping a ton, so I think trim like this is fine. For on the play, we'll bring in Deprive, but I think on the draw, we want fewer Deprives. This hand seems fine. Turn 2 Mentrals, I'll keep it. Okay. He's also keeping 7. And he starts the Soulscar. Okay, Soulscar is actually really scary for us, because this means that our Mentrals is not super well insulated. So let's cast a Once Upon a Time. We could take a Delver. I feel like that's not really that good. You just take a Sanctuary. I'll take Sanctuary. I kind of like having the extra lands. Because then 4th land just represents the Huntmaster Hexdrinker plus level. So I'll just go land, pass, so then we get to scour Mandrills. We'll swing for 1. Possibly buffing it. No. Okay. That means they probably have Steamkin plus mana. Or they have nothing. If they have nothing, that's very interesting. Light up the stage. Scout and response. Nope. Yep. Okay, so what's an exile? Crash through Reveler. Okay, so they don't get Reveler, which is fine by me. And then they're just going to crash through next turn, but they did not hit their land. So it's us draw for turn. I think we're gonna fetch shock here. Seems a little weird. But I would like to have access to the green mana. If we need second green, because we have so many green spells, we can always fetch a forest too. But this is probably going to be tap Steam Vents into Mystic Sanctuary in turn 4 to play Huntmaster. With like a Hexdrinker level 1 next turn or something like that. It depends on what they play, of course. So this probably means they have a Bolt to kill our Hooting Mandrills, so we'll just take it. This makes it awkward for them, because now they're going to crash through after combat, so it's a win for us. What's this? Light up the stage again. Okay, well this means they lose their crash through, unless they find a land. Okay, they found a land, so now they're going to cast Crash Through. Almost without a doubt, they cast Crash Through here. Yes. Dude, you gotta love the second main prowess spells. Okay, if they had a Lava Dart, would they have used it last turn? Well, they didn't have the land, so maybe? I don't think we can assume anything about their Lava Dart status or not, but I think we just run out a Hexdrinker and then don't level it, and we get to cast an Opt. And then we have Huntmaster for next turn. That feels fine. I mean, if they attack again, we're not blocking, so I assume we're just attacking for 4 here. We're not losing this race, so I'm fine with this. And then we just get to play a Huntmaster. They cannot cast this Reveler. Right? It's gone. So they're going to lead on Warlord's Fury. Manamorphose. Well, let's cast an Opt. We'll see if we find a Spell Pierce or a Spell Snare. Okay, we do not want this. I like it. I like it. Sign me up. Okay. Oops. Oops. Okay. Okay, now we get to another Metamorphose. Jeez. We might just throw this Hexdrinker under the bus to gain like 6 life. Or however many, it is the Script Trample. It just gives first strike. But Crash Through's the trample one. Oh, they're gonna kill it, so we do not have the luxury of choice here. Which is unfortunate. We'll cast Warlord's Fury now. What is this? Dismember? Sure. It's not great for us, but there's nothing we could really do about it. Now they cast Warlord's Fury. Hey. Okay, I'll go to 9. And I'll go to 8. I think I'm fine with that. Do we put anything back with Sanctuary? Probably just the Abrade, so we have an answer for this. So let's get our Steam Vents. We need our red color. No. Untap. Draw for turn. Put our Abrade back on top. we'll just pass. They can Reveler next turn, but they have 5 cards in hand, so I doubt they will. But they will cast spells. We're probably just going to cast Second Headmaster, honestly. And I doubt they'd be able to fight through 2 Huntmasters, but it's possible. Their deck's very irritating, to say the least. So they'll swing for 2. It's fine. I think we just block here. They could sack a mountain to bolt us. Okay. Are they going for the kill here? I feel like you don't want to bolt us, but it's fine. I feel like bolting Huntmaster's pretty high on the priority list. No, they're just going straight for the jugular this turn. And then on the me. Sure, we just take 3. Okay. That's good. Last game, we can bring in Deprive around the play. Take out Opt. I don't know, maybe just taking out 2 Ops is the right call. We haven't seen any Steamkins. I think we'd be unhappy to see these spell snares. I'll keep in 1 snag to help deal with Revelers. Just as like a security valve. I would like to play first. Just kidding. This hand seems great. We honestly might just be fetching Basic Island here. Not on turn 1, but be fetching Basic Island this game. We'll keep this. We're probably just bottoming this and Deprive. Actually, we'll get rid of Ops. Ops seems like our worst card. We'll just keep a ton of action. Opponent also went down to 6. It's a good sign. Like, mulliganing does really impair your chances of winning, so it's always reassuring to see your opponent mulligan. Yeah. Burst Lightning Delver, sure. Okay, well, this is how game 1 started, and we know how game 1 ended, so pass the turn, fingers crossed. Swift Spear, sure. Swift Spear. Okay, we'll deprive this one. So we'll get an island. Deprive. Bounce island. The hit is for 1. Sure. Down to 16. We'll untap. Burst Lightning it. Rainforest. Pass the turn. Probably. Do we hold up Spell Pierce next turn? We can hold up Scour plus Spell Pierce. That doesn't sound awful. No. We'll do that. Hit this. Pass. See what they go. And try to do. If they lead on Metamorphosis or something, we Spell Pierce it. Feels pretty good. Okay, we got to Time Walk them. Sure. Okay, both of us are on 2 cards. Got virtually nothing going for us. Scour first, see what we're working with. Okay. Oh, pass. They have 2 cards, we have 1. Morphos. It's always a good sign when they're morphosing without any prowess creatures in play. Lava Dart. Okay. Forget whatever I said about good signs. and a Soul Scar Mage. Our opponent just has it all, and one of their lines was Islet too. Okay. Well, we're gonna get a breeding pool here. Mape. Draw for turn. I really do not want to play this X-Drinker. They're gonna Once Upon a Time. I think I actually take Snapcaster. The pass. That means I get to snap Burst Lightning this Soul Scar. It'd be nice if it was a Lightning Bolt, but... So I feel like Mandrills is just gonna get shrunk into oblivion, and we're not winning the game if we do that. Kinda just wanted to land, but... You know, we can't. Okay. Hit us for 2, sure. Yeah, no, Burst Lightning is not going to kill the Soul Scar Mage because they get the Lava Dart. But... Okay. So you could play the Hexdrinker this turn. Okay, Lava Dart saving their Soul Scar is pretty good. Jeez, if we actually had a Lightning Bolt in their graveyard, we'd be alright. I should have probably, I almost just want to take Forest here. I think I will take Forest. We'll play the Hexdrinker, and then we'll level up once. This will probably draw the Lava Dart on their turn. And then we can untap and then Snapcaster kill their Soul Scar. That's the entire master plan. It requires way too much effort to play through Lava Dart. Card's really good. And then 4th land also makes Huntmasters really good off of the top of our deck. We put a lot of non-Huntmaster cards to the bottom with Once Upon a Time. So they'll swing for 2. It's fine. We'll just take it. We draw a land, that means we can threaten to level the Hexdrinker, plus play a Snapcaster Burst Lightning. If we draw a Bolt, we can kill this guy. They have Light Up the stage here, we get punished, but... I think I'm fine with that. Yeah. I have accepted these terms. I wish it would automatically drag it out. Holy flufferito. That is disgusting. That right there, that's a lot of value. Like, you're in a pretty good spot before this. But now they're gonna draw their entire deck. Play 2 Bedlam Revelers next turn, so we're probably just at the Prowess triggers. Or like they get to play 1 this turn, and then they get to play 1 next turn. Oh, so good. Yikes. And they still have the Lava Dart in their graveyard. Holy. Lava Dart's a messed up Magic card. Oh, and they drew another Light Up the stage? Sure. Sure. And now they have a Dismember. I don't think that matters that much. Well, I guess we kill the Soul Scar. Pass. And then we just hope to Hunt Master next turn. I don't think that gets us there. I think we're just horribly outgunned. And they kill our guy, and then they cast the spells that we know about in their thing, which is 3. Puts them to 7. Then Lava Dart's 2 more. I guess they can't dismember now. They should have just dismembered the Snapcaster. And they would have had lethal, right? Now we're just gonna have to play through this. It's kind of annoying. That was 4 damage? Yeah, that's fine. They're just not gonna cast this Reveler? They cast it now? I don't know. I feel like if you can kill your opponent, you're supposed to just kill them, right? Is there like a gap in my thinking there? I also feel like they should have just cast this Lava Dart at me. Oh, were these... How are these exiled? What? Oh no, this one's just exiled. This is the... No, they did not have this Lava Dart from a light up the stage. Okay. Huntmaster. No, okay. What is this? Oscar? I don't know. Sure. Play a 4/4. Whatever, it's fine. You're good about it. The struggle's real, honestly. They've got plenty lethal. Sure. Like, I played it out, but our opponent was just not having any of it. Oh, and they have a dismember? Yeah, sure. They just popped off on that one turn. We could not do very much about it. That's a really rough start to this league. I don't think that's a reflection of how well I'm playing. I think I'm approaching these games all right, but Red Prowess is a very, very difficult matchup because Lava Dart's very hard for a deck to beat. So that match was just kind of a testament to that. And then the Grixis Shadow match, we kept kind of a sketchy, like slow, dirtily hand game 1, and then game 2 we just barely lost because they top deck better than we did, and that's just kind of how those matchups go. So hopefully we run into things that we're a bit more even against. We're even against a lot of the field, but again, like Red Prowess, Grixis Death Shadow are... Grixis Shadows isn't bad. I think it's a lot closer to even. So again, these results don't really reflect that, but very small sample size. I think for the most part we're doing all right. As for the deck, I think it's all right. I don't think it's stellar. I think it's all right. I really like what's going on with the Sanctuary package. I think like we got to see that against Red Prowess. I think the green splash is fine. Again, like we played against two decks where the green splash doesn't look super great. Grixis Death Shadow has bigger creatures, and this is fine. And Red Prowess has Soulscar Mage and such, which really make Mandrills look bad, but they also have Lava Darts, which make our Hex Triggers look really bad too. So, what's she gonna do? Well, let's. Okay, so we're on the play. I think we're supposed to just. Fetch Shock, play a Delver. Go. And they're playing Tron. Wonderful. Okay, so they probably have turn 3 Tron. We have a flip Delver, so we're not in an awful spot. I think we're supposed to off this Scour to the bottom. We get to draw for turn. We'll hit him for 3. We'll go Island Pass. And then next turn we get to play a Breeding Pool. They crack their map. Get their 3rd Tron base. We're gonna hope this Spell Pierce is enough to stop their shenanigans. Which probably it will not be. Yeah, we needed to find something good there. Well, let's hit him for 3. This game isn't over yet. I think we just go Breeding Pool. Pass. And this can be a Sanctuary for next turn. Oh, is this Eldrazi Tron? Opponent's playing some hot garbage. I think we just bolt them. Okay, they could take our Burst Lightning. They could take one of our decent cards. Maybe take Spell Pierce. Interesting. Map. Okay. Okay. Okay, well this will tell us what they're playing. They're probably just going to get Tower. But if they're playing E-Tron, which they probably are because they're playing Thought-Knot, they could also be playing a creature-heavy variant of Green Tron that runs Once Upon a Time, which is also possible. I think Tower means that they're E-Tron, though. Because Tower is better than Eldrazi Temple at this point. And, I think that just makes the most sense. Okay, we have Deprive. I think we win this. Their payoff was Thought-Knot Seer, which is pretty depressing. And it also screams to me that they're playing Eldrazi Tron. I think we're kind of shoehorned into countering this one. Well, if we counter this, then we have to bounce our island back to hand. Or we can put back a bolt now. Right? Sanctuary, put back a bolt. Yes. And then, whoops. And then we can, now we can deprive this, bounce Sanctuary. And then we get to let them do their thing. We can snare a Chalice of the Void. And then we Burst Lightning them end of turn, untap, Swing Bolt, kill. I don't know what this would be. Inevitable. Whatever, one or more colors. That's a yikes. Okay. I wish I had Spell Pierce for that. Big yikes. Okay, well now how do we win? They have 2 cards left. And they do not attack. Interesting. I think we just have to kill this Ugin. It's gonna be too good if we let it live. Let's go Sanctuary, return Deprive. Yeah. We'll just pass it back to them. They didn't attack us, which is most likely a mistake. They could have been worried about Snapcaster Mage, but I doubt it. I would not have been worried about Snapcaster. Yeah, definitely Eldrazi Tron. Karn. Yeah. I guess they get Lattice us here. You could bolt Karn. Which obviously doesn't feel great, but it means that they kind of get time walked and then they lose their Karn. Again, we have to bolt in response to the Lattice being cast, but that's fine if they go for Coil Engine. That's a yikes. Oh, I think we still have to kill him. Yeah. I didn't know Eldrazi Tron ran Worm Coil in the sideboard, but it makes sense. Today I learned. And today we lost. Okay. Well, Eldrazi Tron's also a rough one. We didn't really see what makes it rough in that game. They're gonna run dumb stuff in the sideboard, then we're probably gonna bring in Grudge. They normally aren't on the Tron plane, so Sphere's usually pretty medium against them. Ashiok's also pretty medium, because they're not like a traditional big mana deck. They're like a poorly built Tron deck. Disdainful Stroke's fine. Snag is fine. Oops. Burst Lightning is bad. And I think we'll just try it like that. So, some special consideration for a Huntmaster could be made. Because he helps beat Bridge and provide jump blockers for Thought-Knots. Kind of like the idea of that, actually. I don't like Hexdrinker a whole lot in this matchup. He doesn't provide a whole lot of pressure early, and he just kind of gets blocked by all of their dumb stuff. So we'll just try it like this. If they turn 3 Tron us again, I am going to be very tilted. Their deck is not built to turn 3 Tron, and somehow they manage to do it way too often. Like, Tron as a deck struggles to hit turn 3 Tron. Sort of. And it is built to do it. Like, it has like a 70% success rate. And then this Tron deck has much lower. I don't even know the stats on it, so I guess I shouldn't be whining. We'll keep this. It's really resilient against Chalice. And then we'll just hope it's good enough. So we'll cast it once upon a time. Might find a Delver, might find a land. If we find Delver and a fetch red source, okay, well, that makes our choice easy. Pass. Get a tap Steam Vents at the end of their turn. We're just going to start throwing Snapcaster Mages at their end step. They're going to go map. I hate Eldrazi Tron with a burning passion. Let's just go Island Pass. We do get to deprive anything that they play. They're actually going to turn 3 Tronots. Holy tamale. Let's play Snapcaster. Sure. Sit it for 2. Top land. Pass. Probably just depriving that. Yeah. Doesn't feel good, but Mana Leak wouldn't feel good there either. Gonna play something dumb. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Good job, opponent. Okay. We'll pass. Which probably should have just bolted the Ballista, but they want to sink mana into it, we'll bolt it in response. Unfortunately, they had yet another drawn land. Thought not. Okay. Well, I guess we have to bolt Ballista now. We'll just pump it. Ping, ping. Oh. And we lose our Hunt Master. Sure, whatever, opponent, whatever. That's mildly infuriating. If by mildly, I mean incredibly frustrating. Okay, we can still block, or like Snapcaster block and then bolt their Slot Knot, which is alright. It's definitely within the realm of consideration. As in it is pretty much our only line. So we're gonna take it. We're probably not winning this game from here. Oh, they got Scavenger Grounds? That's dumb. Well, let's see if they remember to use it. Let's go check Bolt. Ta-da! It's like they're playing a draft deck and they just have all the hate cards. Like, they didn't sideboard this in, it's just in the main deck. Sure. Okay. Take 4. We're not conceding. Okay. Oh, we'll cast a Once Upon a Time. We have nothing in our graveyard. So all these cards seem really bad. Guess Flooded Strand's slightly better than Mystic Sanctuary. Okay, let's scour. Literally just have scours to work with here. It's definitely a tilt. Okay, they probably attack us for 4 here, or 7, sorry. Attack us for 7. We'll block the Thought Knot. They cast something, we'll bolt the Thought Knot in response, because that'll give us a draw. Okay, well now we definitely have to bolt in response. Okay, draw a card. It's an island. Oh my god. Now we can put a Once Upon a Time on top if we wanted to. We'd have 6 mana left, which means you could Once Upon a Time, find a Huntmaster, win the game. Sure, that sounds fine. Also means you're not drawing a 1-drop next turn, which is fine by me. It's kind of a weird line, but we're here for the weird lines. Yes, I would. Chalice is good. Yep. Okay, well, let's see this in action. Huntmaster. Did we even bring him in? I don't think we brought him in, did we? No, we did. We did bring Huntmaster in. Let's go. Yeah, I had to, like, make sure, you know? We're just not gonna find him, though. Okay. I see how it is, game. Try next turn. This game is just a giant tilt, isn't it? So now we get the Sanctuary again. Put back Once Upon a Time. Essentially the same play we did last turn. This is just better, straight up better than drawing a random card. Because our deck is literally just 1-drops. Or not literally just, but it's essentially just 1-drops. Thing is we can beat them. We just need to get a card at some point very soon. Like, Mandrills is what we're looking for too, obviously, but we haven't found either. Once Upon a Time back on top. Yep. Yep. Okay. Draw for turn. Once Upon a Time. We have this forest. We need to play the forest, not the island. It's worth noting. Ah! Ah! Oh, Hexdrinker would be so good here. He'd be so good, but he's just gonna get countered to the cast trigger. Misty Rainforest is so bad here, but I think it's slightly better than Hexdrinker. Also, I think we technically have a, yes, we do have an Ancient Grudge in our deck, so we're going to take the Hexdrinker. We're not going to cast him, but we are going to take him, and then we're going to pass the turn. We're dead in 2 turns. This is not what we want. We're just going to draw, like, Spell Pierce into Spell Pierce or something. I guess we only get 1 draw stop, right? Make that none. Probably forgot to attack us game 1, but I doubt they're going to forget to attack us again. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Well. It's matches like these that just make me wonder why I play Magic. Not really, but they're definitely pretty infuriating. We're not playing against, like, I love the Shadow match. The Shadow match was fun. This last 2, though, this is brutal. Look. We won the die roll. Would we like to play first? Sure. We have a 1-lander. Delvered Spell Snares. The play. We'll mulligan it. We'll keep this one. We'll bottom. Snapcaster. Okay, go to our main phase. Well, Once Upon a Time. Play a Delver. Pass the turn. We'll just reveal a Misty Rainforest, I guess. We'll play the Misty Rainforest. Be revealed. Get pretty cool. show them as few colors as possible this first turn. Pass. Getting a steep fence was right if we draw a bolt per turn and they're playing burn, but the probability of that happening is very low. And I think the upside of not showing them what other color we are, even though they can assume they don't know. I think that's a lot higher. Again, both just a very small decision that probably doesn't matter a whole lot, but we're gonna make it. Looks like we're playing against Simic Urza. Could not be Simic. I mean, they're playing Prismatic Vista, so they're just gonna flip for us. Oh, okay. Oh, this one's gonna be a long one. Hit him for 1. Pass the turn. Oh. They have twice as many cards as we do. Okay. If they pass, I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'll just gotta tap Steep Vents now. It's fine. Yeah. My life total could end up mattering, so I'd like to just keep it high and have all the colors in mana. Let's hit it for 3. Put it into 15. They flip a strand past the turn. This is a fatal push here, probably countering it. Ice Fang Coatl. Okay, we're countering that too. I did not expect that at all. Could have played around that. I don't really like picking up my shock lens, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And they've got a force negation. And oh, this game just went down the gutter, didn't it? So they're playing blue-green snow. Yikes. Okay, well, let's play this untapped. Pass. Oh my gosh. That's brutal. That is brutal. And force negation means that they... Okay, so they're playing some sort of blue-green control deck, maybe? Maybe Temur Snow? I'd imagine they're 3 colors, because they have Vista. Okay, we'll thought scar ourselves. If they want to counter this, I'm very, very much fine with that. Okay, well now we can counter a 2-drop, which feels pretty good. I think we just play Mandrills. Delve 1, 2, 4, 5. Play the green. Pass the turn. And then we can Spell Snare and Ice Fang if they play one. Interesting. Let's see what they're playing. White. So this is Bant. It's not Bant. What's it called? It might be Stoneblade. Stoneforge plus Ice Fang seems really good. I officially do not know what we are playing against. I think I'll just fetch an island here. We'll opt off the island. So this way, if we find a bolt, then we can bolt this guy on this turn cycle. Oh. Yeah. I. Holy tamale. Our opponent's playing something that I do not know how to play around. So I don't know what they're playing. I was picturing Stoneforge Mystic, and I was looking at my spell snare, feeling pretty good about myself. But we did not read the situation correctly. Not another spell snare. Maybe they do have Stoneforge. They're just running Mentor as well. Let's hit him for 4. Yeah, we're gonna snag this Mentor. That feels really bad. But stuff has felt worse. So make him pay 3 mana at least, which is okay. So many more cards than we do. At least they're dead in a couple turns to this Mandrills. And again, they could just path it or play an Ice Fang or something. You just put an op back on top at the end of this turn. So we can op try to find something. Sure. Astrolabe, yeah. They just need to put these triggers on the stack. Like, it's not that hard. That resolves. Attack for 6. Or 5. Or 2. No? Okay. Attack if they have a anything. If they have an opt, we'll concede. Like, we're just not winning this game if it goes on, so we have to attack. And if they have it, they have it. Okay, this is good for us. Sure. Fine. Yeah, they hit the path anyways, so we could try this again. They're running. What are they even running? Got Mentor, Coatl, so I think Staticaster's fine because it helps beat up their win cons. They're playing a slower deck, so I think Huntmaster's fine. It also ends up killing Mentor with its thing. I think Veil is okay, but it doesn't look like they're playing too many counter spells. Like, they are playing blue, but I don't think Veil interacts super favorably with what they're doing. Like, Fry's mediocre. We didn't see any Stoneforge, so I don't think we should play around it. I think Burst Lightnings and Vapor Snag are not super appealing. Plus, Spell Snare seems pretty bad too. So burst is probably better than that. We'll just try it like that. Alright. I'll be right back. And we are back. It's like a we have ops, once upon a time, mantrals. I mean, I think it's fine. I don't think it's stellar, but I think it's fine. Just gonna once upon a time before we do anything, because if we find a Delver, we'd like to play him. Let's try it. If they force negation this, then it's a win for us too. Is Huntmaster better than Delver? Probably. I think we're gonna take Delver though. Take Delver. Fetch. We'll get a breeding pool. Oh, pass. I think Huntmaster's good, but it's also really good when they don't see it coming. Sounds kind of dumb, but we also shuffled the Huntmasters back into our deck, so we can passively draw one later. Once we actually get enough lands to cast in. I'll reveal that, yeah. Make sure we're playing around Icefang Coatl too. Okay, we'll hit him for 3. I guess Snare hits Coatl. That's a fair reason to have it included. Playing against decks that you're not familiar with is always a challenge because you don't know what they're playing, and you're not familiar with the play patterns and the sideboarding. Band control. Okay, we'll see if we can elicit a response. We'll take a land. Let's get an island. Opt again. Don't think I want 4th land yet. They're gonna upkeep Fetch, Shock, Path, or Delver. Okay. Fetch, Shock, Path him, then we're honestly not in that bad of a spot. Because now we can get Island, play a land, sorry, draw for turn. We still have it drawn. And we got a Sanctuary. That's good. Okay, they probably don't have a board wipe. I don't really know what they're playing, but since they're playing Mentors and Coatls, I'm assuming they're just relying on single target removal. So we'll just lead on this Mandrills. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'll play the Delver, and then we'll just pass the turn. We're not holding a Blighting Bolt. Mystical Dispute. Oh. Okay. I feel like Dispute's an interesting choice to bring in. I guess they assumed that we're playing like Oko or something, which is a fair assumption. Okay. This is probably just basic island. So I'm assuming they're playing Cryptic Command. Oh my god, of course they're playing that card. Opponent's just not a fun person to play with, are they? Probably playing a Spell Queller too. Okay, I think we have to kill this. Okay, they didn't counter it. That's good. Let's put an op back on top. Let's play Mandrels, keep Bolt in our graveyard. They have another Teferi. I'm going to be very sad, but if they have another Teferi, they have another Teferi, so be it. Next turn we have Snap Bolt plus Once Upon a Time up. So we shouldn't be in that bad of a position. Our opponent seems to be stuck on lands. It's possible they're just starting their turn with a Serum Vision still. Yeah. They have 3 colors of mana. They also have 3 snow permanents for Ice Fang now. Oh, they're gonna play an Ice Fang? Okay. Sorry, I was like back in my chair, rubbing my eyes. Okay. Well, they're looking for something. Otherwise, they wouldn't have main phased it. Or maybe they were just playing around counter spells, which is respectable. Let's. I think we just Snap Bolt the Coatl. They just go after their face with the Mandrels. Hit him for 4. Okay. They opt, that's fine. They tap down for another Teferi. We'll cast an Opt-in response and not the Once Upon a Time, so that we can find his developers. Okay, now they have 5th land, so we won't do that. They're at 6. Oh my god. They're dead on board. They get a verdict this turn? They're not gonna verdict this turn. Interesting. Let's cast an Opt. Don't want it. Go to our turn. Go to combat. They might have a Settle the Wreckage. This is probably a cryptic command. Alright. I mean, like, what could it be? Settle the wreckage, whatever. Like, you've got it upon it. We're actually getting settle the wreckage. Holy tamale. Pranked upon it. Please no force negation. Okay, God bless. So they're running settle. I don't know what their board wipe split is. So we still really haven't seen much of their deck. Spell Snare's probably alright, just for Ice Fang. So I think it's better than Burst Lightning. Oops, let's try it like that. Definitely a little finicky as to what exactly we want. I unmuted myself, didn't I? Yeah. Okay. This hand seems fun. Upkeep, nothing's happening. Main phase, they'll go Fetch Line Pass, or maybe Astrolabe Pass. Maybe Serum Visions. I guess they have a pretty decent number of turn 1 plays. I'll go Island Pass here. We can protect our Hex Drinker with a Spell Pierce or a Spell Snare. We can also disrupt their game plan this turn too, which is good. And then if we don't, we have a cantrip. So this is pretty reasonable sequencing. I think we're just gonna play a Scour. I think Opt can wait. Scour gives us more options next turn too. Because it might mean we can cast a Mandrills. We'll see if they counter those. No, okay. Yeah, now I kind of just want to jam Delver plus Hex Drinker. But I'm going to be disciplined. They could have a Teferi. I guess if they have Teferi against my Delver and my Hex Drinker, then that's pretty good for me. And then if they try to path them, then we get to cast this Hunt Master ahead of schedule. Yeah, they also haven't shown any sign of white mana. So I think we just press the aggressive here and try to punish them. It's possible they were just concealing it though. Do not know. Kind of playing in the dark here, but we can make a fairly reasonable estimate as to what their plan is. So our line lines up really well against Teferi, which is the card we're most scared of. So I think that's a pretty good reason to play it like this. Then if we get to untap, we have Snare and Pierce up. They can't coattail us this turn unless they Astrolabe, because they don't have green. But if they have Astrolabe, they have the correct mana for it too. Then we get to Spell Snare. Brought our Spell Snares back in, which feels pretty good. I think it's a lot better than Burst Lightning here. Unless they slam a Mentor, then we really want this to be a Burst Lightning. Okay, doesn't look like they're interested in playing that. Okay, so let's Delver. Yes. We'll opt bottom. Draw for turn. And combat sit 5, not 6, 5. Snap opt. I'll spell snare that. If they try to fight this with a pierce or a dispute, then okay. That works. We're not going to commit anything else to the board. I'm content with what I have. Generally, 2 creatures is about the sweet spot for forcing through single target removal, but not playing too far into a board wipe. For this deck, not for every deck, but for this deck, it's definitely around 2. So they're on a pretty short 3-turn clock. So they have time to do stuff, but they don't have infinite time. You get to start leveling this Hex Drinker and stuff, and then they get to a world of trouble. Serum Vision, sure. They're not casting cards that concern me, which is always a plus. We let this resolve because we can't really afford to pierce it because they're just gonna pay the mana. But this also lets us Huntmaster next turn. I'm with scouring myself now for mana efficiency. We'll draw for turn. Okay, we're gonna begin combat. We'll see if they have an Ice Fang. If they do, we'll play the Huntmaster. If they don't, then we'll just hit them for 3 and then play another Delver. So it's unlikely they have a board wipe because they decided to path a 2-1. Okay, so they do have it. Sure. We can technically afford 1 opt if we really wanted to, but I think I'd rather hold up Pierce, so we'll let this trade happen. I'll pay 2 to hold up Pierce. We're also holding up Opt, so it's not the end of the world. And then this will almost force them to Wrath, if they have it. Which is good. You want them to be making the decisions and them to be on the back foot. Depending on how much mana they tap during their main phases, we may or may not opt here. It's possible we just hold the opt so that we can set up a lock if we get a fetch land. But we're missing the Deprive Element. Oh no, we have a Deprive in our graveyard. Yeah, because then we get to land, and then we get to opt and then get the Deprive straight to our hand, which is pretty good. They play a Jace here, we get to Spell Pierce it. I don't know if they're playing Jace, but I can assume they're playing the typical split, and they have a Teferi Hero of Dominaria as well. But we shall see. And they're shocking. Interesting. Well, they don't have double white, which means they definitely don't have a Wrath. Pulse Marasa, pick up Snapcaster. We can make him tap 2. I don't think that's a winning line. Okay, well they tapped out of white, so I'm fine with playing an opt here. It's fine, I won't. Okay, let's begin combat. We're not going to suicide the Sunmaster into a Snapcaster. Just hit him for 2. Or an Ice Fang, like, or literally anything. Sure. Yeah. Play a Delver. Remember they cast a spell, so we're not just passing with the Huntmaster that I got. They have Snap in hand plus Paths, which is why I'm in the market of playing out more creatures. Force them to, if they want to go down the single target removal path, they're gonna have to fight through more creatures. If they go Snap Path on this turn, they're running Sanctuary too. Interesting. Probably Sanctuary Cryptic loop type of thing. But Sanctuary target Pulse. This seems like a really jank deck, but okay. You got it, opponent. I mean, it's a decent amount of value too. Like, I'll give him that. Yeah, they go Island, Forest, play a Pulse Marasa, target an Ice Fang Coatl. Snapcaster Mage. Yeah. I guess you could opt in response. Yeah, it's kind of loose. Yeah. This is really loose. This is really, really loose. Just kidding. Yeah, we'll use more islands. Play a Staticaster, see if it resolves. They have Pulse plus 2 unknowns. Shoot their snap. We'll see if Delver flips. No, but it's not a bad card to not flip to. I'm almost not concerned about a board wipe at this point because they don't have double white. But we also kind of lose the game on the spot if they did not pull some Marasa at the end of their turn. Interesting. I would have spell pierced it, of course. Okay, we're gonna get Sanctuary at the end of their turn. Pick up Deprive, so that we can stop being afraid of Settle the Wreckage. Staticaster's just doing a whole lot of work this turn too, or this game. Oh, sure. They have a lot of lands. Yes, we have a lot of lands too, though. Okay, okay. Create a food token. Yeah, you got it, opponent. I don't know what... I feel like that's a little loose. Now we get to get Bolt, and then we get to Bolt Oka. Yeah, it definitely seems a little loose. Nothing to Staticaster, so we'll untap, show him a Lightning Bolt. Draw for turn. Hit Oko. I thought they were going to make this guy a 3/3. Thought they were gonna... Because Elk Staticaster, and then you get to use your Ice Fangs and your Pulse Rasa to just kind of win the game. But I guess they didn't see the line. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're very heavy on board wipes. They're definitely creature reliant themselves. Pay 2. Which they will. Then we'll play 2 Delvers. And whatever card we have drawn for turn. P2, sure. Like this Spell Pierce is not getting any better, which is unfortunate. But it's just how the cookie crumbles. Also, like with this Teferi on the table, just gonna target Planeters or Planeswalkers. So we're gonna untap, draw for turn. Pass. Okay, so we're in a pretty reasonable spot right now. We're not guaranteed to win or anything, but we're doing alright. Okay. They're effectively at 20 from this food token. We get to put a Deprive back on top of our deck. We could put Bolt. I almost like putting Bolt back more. Nah, that's a lie. We're just gonna swing both at Teferi. So we'll get Deprive, and then we'll have Deprive up. We can't cast it with the Teferi on the table, but we can still use Staticaster to save our creatures from Coatls, so... It's fine. It's a little sus, but it's fine. Oops. We're not looking at memes. We're playing Magic. Okay. Yes, I would like to use it. Okay, drop for turn is deprive. Our opponent's playing super slowly. Oh, I don't know why. What is the snap opt? Okay. Oh, yeah, they can cast sorcery spell. Okay, okay, that's kind of cute. Jesus Christ, our opponent just not having a great time. Can I please resolve the Delver triggers? Okay, well now that they've kind of showed their hand, we'll just go one at Teferi, one at them. And if they have some dark magic, then unless they have it, then I don't even know what they'd have, but I'm sure there's maybe something that would stop that from happening. Like if they were running snags or pongifies or some hot jank. Sure, that's fine. Our deprived game plan's not super great anyways, so it's whatever. Yeah. They go back up to 4 cards, sure. Because they have a Wholesome Marassa, Snapcasters, and Sanctuaries. We just have the Sanctuaries and the Snaps. Remember, Hooting Mandrills can be cast and with Deprived backup right now. Okay, so now we get Deprive, Snap Deprive. Okay. Hit him for 6. Yep. I think we finally got this game locked up. Yeah. I feel like our opponent's just stalling at this point. Like, it's been a pretty entertaining match, but they're also kind of slow rolling this entire game. Like, I think their deck's alright. We're just playing the Snapcaster, in case anybody's curious. Rest in peace means that it doesn't really have text otherwise. If they have the board wipe, they have the board wipe, so. And a spell, so that's a yikes. Hit him for 8. Verdict is what we're most scared of. Everything else is kind of whatever. Okay, they're not dead next turn, but they're almost dead next turn. They have 8 mana total. They can deprive something and then spell pierce something else. Jeez. Actually, we just kill all the tokens, right? Yeah, this isn't that bad. This just stalls the game even longer. Good job, opponent. Let's kill these guys. Yep. Deprive, interesting. Hit him. Okay. The clock didn't change. Like, they're still dead in 2 turns, so it's A-okay by me. Now we have 2 deprives and a spell pierce. Like, this game's over now. For sure. Unless they have verdict. If they have verdict, then whatever. Like, you got us opponent. Okay, Ice Fang's fine. I don't care about Ice Fang. We'll kill it at the end of their turn, in case they have more. Okay, opponent, what is it? Come on, spit it out. You have 4 cards in hand. What can they be? If you swing for 1, I am going to kill it. Oh my god. You're just playing so slowly for somebody that's so short on time. Okay, well, let's just go for lethal this turn. If they have the settle plus a lot of protection, then they've got it. Just bounce this out. Right? I kind of tapped that wrong, didn't I? Let's see, yikes. Yeah, there's the settle. Clever opponent. Damage. Well, let's get this last round underway. And then I will sign up for the day. Okay, okay. I would like to play first. Let's see how this goes. Oh my god. This is a really decent hand. I like. Oh, and we get to go first. That's good. Let's play a Delver. Pass the turn. We're definitely playing the best Magic deck, that's for sure. Not even just about it, it's just the best Magic deck, period. What's going on, Jack? Long seen, no time, man. Also, speaking about the best modern deck, I think we're currently 1-3. We played against Grixis Death Shadow. It was a close match, and then we played against Red Prowess, which is also a pretty close match. And then we played against Eldrazi Tron, and then they turned 3 Tron us in both games. It was very depressing. Because it's freaking Eldrazi Tron. Like, their deck's not even built to turn 3 Tron you, and they always do it. Okay, I don't know what we're playing against. This is probably red-black mid-range. It's possible it's another shadow player. Either way, I think we're just fetch shock Mandrill's time. It's possible this isn't the right play, but I'm 99% sure this is good. And then we'll just see what they have. We have some removal up. If they play Dreadhorde Arcanist, we feel pretty silly, because we can't kill it with our shock. But it looks like it's Shadow, so... I mean, Mire Crypt Bolt doesn't give us a whole lot of information as to what they're playing. All we know is it's some kind of mid-range deck, which I've heard Mandrills is pretty good against. Okay, let's hit him for 4. We'll just pass here. I think I'd rather hold up plenty of interaction, and also I don't want to lose to a soft Stubborn Denial, or like lose a counter war or something, because that would be pretty awkward. No shock. That's actually really funny. Dude, you gotta love Dennis though. That man is a living legend. Okay, what's this? Shock down to 9. Our opponent's a bold player. That's for sure. Okay, well this resolves. I think we're just gonna Once Upon a Time. Fine with like a Snapcaster or a land. Land's really good here though, so we'll take a land that can actually be used. We could swing in and then burst lightning it, but I think I'd rather just play Delver. Shock, say go. We'll see what they do. I don't want to be the guy that like starts the That's fair. Like some sort of Temur escape shift type of deck? Is that what you were thinking of? Or I guess I just assumed that it was Temur. Because you don't have to be in red to play Field of the Dead. So would it just be blue-green? Or would you play like Banned for Baby Teferi? And then you could play like Oko too? Because he hasn't got banned yet, right? They swing for 5. Our opponent's a feisty one. We're gonna take this. You need Thoughtseize. That sounds fair. Shadow. Yeah, that's kind of what I was scared of. Okay, let's cast an Opt. Hopefully we can find ourselves a Vapor Snag. That's not a Vapor Snag. Okay, so we can hit him to 7. And then if the top card of our library is a Bolt and they don't have removal, then we can kill him. It seems really loose, but we'll try it. They might just stubborn denial this too, which would be kind of gas. Then of course you don't have lethal, but it's only a minor setback. Okay. Well, we get to threaten lethal next turn, potentially. Not quite a lightning bolt. Okay. I mean, Vapor Snag would have done it too. Okay, so we're one off from kicking this second burst lightning. But I think we just say go. Yeah. They're gonna K command. No, okay. Our opponent said a lot of lands. I don't know what they're up to though. Guess they're just trying to kill us? How uncivilized? I guess you just chump and then swing for 4. Then we draw a land and then kill them with burst lightning. I mean, we're dead to Bolt here, but we're not dead to, and we're dead to TBR. But we have Spell Snare, so we're not really dead to TBR. And then, of course, things get complicated when the top card of our library isn't a land. Or they play a creature this turn, but they're probably not playing an Angler, so it would have to be another Shadow. Okay. Do you have the Stubborn Denial? Fetch. Okay. Which probably means they have it. Denial. Spell Pierce. What, F for the what? They're drowning the locking. Interesting. No, like Spell Pierce doesn't. Wait, Jack, did I misplay? I feel like I sequenced that fine. Like I just put myself at Denial plus Battle Rage. I accepted that, or Denial plus Bolt too. Yeah, that'll be game. Okay, let's try this again. Let's bring in some Veil of Summers. Let's bring in some Hunt Masters. Let's cut Burst Lightning. Let's cut Spell Pierce is pretty BDM. We're keeping 1 for the Counter Wars. Try it like that. Yeah, no, that game is definitely an F. I feel like we were very close to being able to win that. Our opponent just did not want that to happen. Also, if our, yeah, it's fine. What are they up to? Opponent. Actually, I kind of like Spell Pierce here. Yeah, that's kind of how this matchup goes. It's, and generally my Death Shadow opponent is just a lot luckier than I am. Spell Snare is kind of medium here. We really only tag Snapcaster. So maybe we try it like that. Like just switch the split up. Ashiok. I don't think Ashiok's good enough. I'm trying out Ashiok because she hates on the big mana decks too. Specifically like Scape Shift and Titan. Not really Tron. And I think that's just kind of nice because I feel like they're playing Angler on or before turn 3, so I don't think she really helps against Angler, who's the card I'm most scared of. She also gets countered by like a soft Stubborn Denial. What is this? You. Oh, I don't want to mulligan against the Thoughtseize deck. I don't want to mulligan against the Thoughtseize deck. I don't want to keep it either. Sounds better. Keep. Put an island on bottom. Definitely value all 3 colors of my mana. Just lead on Delver, and then hope they have no removal and no creatures. That's the plan for this game. It's a great plan. It's absolutely flawless. In no way could they possibly beat my hand. Okay, what are they up to? Nothing. Okay, they're on 5. Interesting. Okay, well, if we're going to win a game, it's definitely going to be on the play against their Bolt 5. Like, they can't possibly get lucky enough to beat us, right? No, they're just going to play a turn 2 double Death Shadow on a Bolt 5? As is natural? Okay, no, they don't have Thoughtseize. That's a good sign. I guess I'm revealing a Veil of Summer. Play this. Hit him for 3. Okay, maybe we can actually win this. Okay, so we kept in 1 Spell Snare for Snapcasters. I'm not sure if that's right. I think it's okay. Because Snapcaster is definitely a big part of their later game plan. If they fetch shock, play 2 shadows, I'm going to be a very sad human being. No. Okay, we're fine with opting, but I'm not going to fetch this at all. I like it, but I'd prefer to have 3rd line first. Okay. No, I think it's also the mic quality too. Like, for whatever reason, I mean, first of all, like, this is just a built-in microphone to a headset, so it doesn't sound super great. And then the face cam would be in like a mediocrely lit room off of a camera from my laptop, so definitely wouldn't be that impressive. And I mean, like, I'm gonna be honest with myself. You know, like, there's a lot of gaps in my play that I can tighten up. Like, I do not play flawlessly by any stretch of the imagination. Like, even last match, you know, like against Bant, I think it was probably a good call to just not counter that one path and then put them on a 2-turn clock. I'm going to opt. Actually, Royal Science is a bad magic card, but I'm still gonna opt. See if we get a Spell Pierce or a Deprive. This one's pretty good. Kind of like that one, but do we keep it on top? Kind of want to. But chump blockers don't seem really good against the Royal Science, so put it on bottom. Okay. Yeah, Science is good. Okay, well, let's Fetch Shock, Bolt their face. Untap, swing, bolt their face. My favorite line. The second bolt was a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Is our opponent just not going to let them let us kill them? Come on. Steep Vents. Bam. Bam. Okay. Hit him. Bolt him. Hit you. And then if they try to force a negation on us, then we also have Veil of Summer. Sweet. Like, I'd like to try Ashiok, but I feel like it's just bad. Like, on the play, I think it could be okay. But I think on the draw, it's just way too slow and low impact. Like, if there was a way for it to generate card advantage, I would be very, very into it. Like, even just small amounts of card advantage. Or like, card selection. I was up with the Scry. Like, look at the top 4 cards of my library, and then put them on top, or like, survey 4. Exile all cards from target opponent's graveyard, or each opponent's graveyard. But I think that would be really busted, so... Yeah. Oh, because the issue is it's really good if I can get it on like below all of the stuff that they're doing, but they're usually playing stuff like turn 2 shadows and anglers that I need to respond to. I guess we lost this match. I mean, I'm not gonna throw in the towel yet, but it's not looking good. We're down to 5 because I'm not keeping this. Mulligan. Oh my god. This is an atrocity. I mean, I guess we're keeping it. What, 4 cards? So we'll keep land, Mandrill Scour. Yikes. Oh, that's an anticlimactic end to the league. We just have not been having a good day, have we? Oh, play a 1-1. There you go. You fool. Opponent. We have a 1-1. Island? What? Yeah. That's one less summon. I think they only run 3. So that means that we only have to worry about 2 others. And then, of course, Snap Denial. It's always a reality. They didn't fetch blue-black or blue-red, so I feel like they don't have removal for a Delver, and they're just on like Turbo Angler, or they kept a greedy one-lander and hoped to hit a land off of this draw step and the Scour. And this Scour, I guess. Yeah, that's what it's looking like, but I feel like you fetch shock to find double mana source. Okay, they might have just hit it, or this is their plan to have like 2 colors of mana. They have 7 cards in their graveyard. They can actually just play a turn 2 Angler. And we're in a lot of trouble. As we just do not have the cards to compete with that. We're sitting here with like 1 Delver. And 3 cards in hand. Did the Multifor really do be like that? Yeah. Delver, please flip for the memes. Okay. Delver does not want to flip for the memes. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're scouring that away. Yikes. Pass the turn. Oh my god. I don't think we even use this to scry. I think we just need red mana. I guess it doesn't change the clock by too much. Are they gonna Royal Scions us? And just for 7 with first strike and trample? Oh, okay. Get our other steam vents. No. Come on, opponent. You a coward? We found a Vapor Snag. We get a Snapcaster. We could maybe squeak out a win here. Sure, that's it. That's a good start. Okay, hit it down to 12. Okay, okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to have 3 to keep this snag in our graveyard. Which is fine. Then we can threaten lots of damage next turn. And then we can maybe find a Mandrills or something too. Or not a Mandrills, a Drown in the Lock. Less than or equal to. Kinda got punished there. Whatever. Interestingly enough, if we ate everything, then Drown wouldn't have been able to kill Delver. Not sure if that's something I should have played around. Probably isn't. I guess people are just playing this card in this deck. It seems pretty bad though. But I mean, I guess since it's bad against Delve creatures, and I played a Delve creature and it killed something, means that maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. Seems like a really biased way of looking at it though. Okay, hit us for 5, down to 9. How about you play nothing, just pass the turn, and then we hit you for 4. It's our agreement. Opponent has said nothing all game. People only play cards that are good against Eric. Eric just loses every last game he plays in any event. Because he always just mulls to oblivion. For no good reason. Other than the fact that the Magic Gods hate him. Dude, I'm telling you. Look, they just don't play anything. They don't even have a land. That means they have all spells. Which is pretty scary. I like it. I like it. We're gonna die to a Temur Battle Rage next turn. I can smell it. There's also nothing we can really do about that, but no, it's an issue for another time. They're sort of dead to what we have. If they fetch, then they're dead to our bolt swing. They go to 5, then we get to bolt them. Bolt them and they die? Inquisition. I guess you just let it resolve. And then they take one of our bolts. No use bolting them in response. It's just a little too feisty. Because they take a bolt regardless. You can't use both of them. Well, they don't have access to any more black mana. Unless they fetch shock, which is good for us. So they probably swing 5 here. If they've got the Battle Rage, they would have swung earlier because they know what we have in hand. So they don't have Battle Rage. Okay. It's interesting. I think I'm fine with bolting them here. Shatter's already a 5/5, which is very large. So I'd rather just get this bolt out of my hand. And then if I draw a Snapcaster, that means I can snap bolt, and I'm not like stuck with 2 cards in my hand. Dude, let's see it. If they drown in the lock me, I'm going to be a very sad tamale. Okay, there we go. Is this game 3, right? Because they mulled a 5 last game. Dude, we're on a mold of 4. Ooh. We're almost getting there. Okay. No sad pandas allowed. Yeah, this is game 3. We can maybe win this. It's not like a guaranteed win. It's not a guaranteed loss. It's kind of like in the red zone. And then they're just going to have all of it, and we're going to lose. At least that's how it usually goes. I have faith this time. We're going to pull out the win. They're going to play no spells. We get to flip our Huntmaster and swing for lethal. Okay. Drawn to the lock, kill Huntmaster. He's going to kill my wolf token, right? Okay. I mean, that's not even that bad of an exchange. They're dead to Vapor Snag. That's kind of cool. Or Snapcaster Mage, right? You're not a Snapcaster Mage. Do we put Bolt back? Or do we put Snag back? I think we put Snag back. Snag seems a little bit better here. Hopefully we don't lock ourselves out of this game by putting a Snag back, but if they don't have a creature and they don't have a Stubborn Denial, and we've seen a Stubborn Denial, and we've seen them mill over a lot of their creatures, so it's possible they don't have either, then we just win on the spot next turn. Otherwise we're in like a fine position, so it's kind of a win no matter how you look at it. So we'll snag the Angler first main phase, and then if they don't have a response, we'll just swing with both of our guys. And that should be dead no matter how they slice it. Unless they have removal, of course. But it's always contingent on if they have removal. Okay, we have enough cards in our graveyard for Drown in the Loch to kill Mandrills now. What's going on? I don't know what our opponent's up to. They're up to some lock stuff. They're gonna not attack. Okay. Well, let's see if they have a denial. Snap denial. Okay, that's pretty good for them. Okay. Well, now we'll just play the waiting game with them. I think they win the waiting game, but they're also at 4 life, so they're dead to a kick burst lightning off the top, but I think we started both of them out. I think they drew a creature here, but I think we still have to take it because they're not even dead, are they? Because they just block each of them and they take 3. Yeah, whatever. Well, I think we still take it. We need to be in a position to put ourselves in a position to win this game. And I think blocking it is not winning us the game. Okay, so Burst Lightning is not an out here. We have 1 Vapor Snag, 3 Snapcasters. We have 2 bolts now. That's good. We've got, what else? Hexdrinker's alright, Huntmaster's alright. We have a lot of decent draws. And then Once Upon a Time can find a Snapcaster, which is just a win on the spot. But we can assume that they have another denial in hand based off of how they tap their mana. But I mean, we have to play like they. Wow, that's an anticlimactic draw. Anticlimactic for sure. Well, I'll pass the turn back to them, and we'll just see what they do. Yikes. We had a lot of good draws, too. Thank you, deck. Very cool. I'm telling you, man. We're in the game, you know. It's a Molda 4 against a Molda 6. We're struggling. That's just lethal, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe they won't attack. Okay. Opt, which would have bottom demand rolls to draw a Hexdrinker. Okay, that's alright. Then the turn after we draw Once Upon a Time, which finds us a Delver. Okay, that's kind of bad. And then the turn after that, we get an island. Turn after that. Okay, there's a bolt. Well, we did it. We got the 1 and 4. So let's talk about this hot mess of a league we had. Okay, so we had so round 1 it was against Grixis Shadow, which went a lot like that match that we had right there, where it came down to just a couple top decks, and my deck worked, and his deck did not. So it's just kind of unfortunate. As far as the card choices, I think the deck felt alright. Spell Pierce definitely felt a little lacking at points, but that's kind of the the choice you make when you play that card. I think Deprive plus Sanctuary felt really good in the games that we got to use it. I think our sideboard felt alright. We didn't play against any Urza decks, so I didn't ever have to use Fry. Probably should have brought Fry in against the Bant deck as well. I guess that just didn't really cross my mind. But it also only deals with Teferi, so I don't know. I'd have to choose my poison there. What else? Our sideboard's really built to beat the big mana decks. We have 5 different cards for it because I hate big mana decks. Staticaster felt great against the Bant deck, which was our 1 match win. And what else? Yeah, we just lost a ton of really close matches. It's just kind of one of those days where you're like, well, the deck performed well. I had a lot of enjoyable games that I got to like play Magic in, but I came up a little short, and I don't think that was necessarily because of the card choices I had. I don't think it was. Just wait. I'm at 16 lands. Oh, I put the sanctuaries over here. Yeah. I was like, wait a second, I'm on 16 lands. I'm on 18. Okay. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you around.